There we go. Okay, cool. So let's get it started. All right, so from the beginning, here we go. Welcome,
Here we
Dennis,
go.
to this little client interview here. So let's get this going. So I just wanted to basically ask you, man. So just tell me a bit about the results that you've received from us so far.
All right, cool. Thanks for having me. I should probably start off by telling you a little bit about myself. Denny Leroux. I own Leroux Realty Group. Been in real estate since 1994. Got my broker's license about 20 years ago. And over the last 25 years, I've been, like most agents and brokers, searching for someone to find leads. And so happened to come upon you guys. I think it was a text message I got, or maybe just a phone call. And at first, I said, if I th- if I think about this, it went something like, "Geez, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not really sure this is going to work. Thanks, but no thanks." And after I heard your pitch about the cost, it seemed like something wasn't that much money. There was very little risk on my end, so I hung up, and I think I called you back in maybe 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and I said, you know what, what you told me about how you can get the leads for me, I'll do it. The risk is not that high. And
Yeah.
if you do even half of what you said you can do, let's go. So I signed up, and I believe part of this question was, how's it been working, right? Is that
Yeah, how's it
was the
going for you?
question.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Tell me how
I've
you.
had, I can tell you this, man, is that I've had very, very good luck with you guys. And if I'm comparing it to other lead sources, I've used RedX, I've used Zillow, like everybody, Realtor.com, um, top producer. I've been on Connected Investors. I've been with you name the company and the platform, I've tried it.
Yeah.
And frankly, when you guys gave me my first lead, my assistant Vanessa sent me a text message. I called the guy, and believe it or not, I don't have the house listed, but I went to his house. He was in Florida, another state. Obviously, I'm in Massachusetts, and I took pictures of his house. That was about a week ago. He
Yeah.
called me either today's Tuesday. He called me yesterday and said, "Hey, I'm back. Come out and visit. Come back to my house on Thursday. I'll be home, and I expect to get that listing." I've also, inside the lead sources, I've gotten two more in-house appointments, and I don't have those listings yet, but it's rock solid on my end, because when you speak to someone and it's not a fake phone number and they're
No.
the owner of the house, I get to go and meet them and introduce myself and tell them what I can do. So I have I've probably got 10 leads, if not more, and I can say comfortably, three of them I have been into their houses and met them. So I have real strong leads on three listings out of 10. It's 30% for me. In that game is massive, as you probably know. So yeah, it's so far working out really good.
Yeah, and in my opinion, even 30% is a low in my opinion, but like that and that in our company that is, I feel like that's low. Like you should be seeing more, but I feel like that's good at the same time. As long as you're
Well,
happy with that, I feel like you're gonna see better in the future, that's for sure.
yeah, let's say this. I don't. Three of them I went in their house out of 10, but I've
Mm.
spoken to two of them. Obviously, it is what it is. Two of them were just they're not going to do it, and the other
Yeah.
ones I have their phone numbers. One guy I spoke to, I think 2 days ago, said, "Hey, listen, I I'm not ready to sell now, but I'll be ready in 6 to 12 months." So it's the lead game in real estate is it's a marathon, not a sprint. If you
Yeah.
get in touch with them, if you have a follow up system, a CRM, which I don't know who you're talking to, but if you're a younger guy, a younger girl, get a CRM. You're going to get the door gets slammed in your face on a lot of the leads. So you just got to understand that.
And people get discouraged over that. They feel like that's the end all be all sort of thing. And that it should never be the case. Like you should always remember that there's the next step to be taken.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's great, man. Well, it's lovely to hear, man. So yeah, well, that's great. So yeah, before this, I'm assuming you've been doing some other stuff. So you obviously have seen the difference. Do you mind explaining a little bit? Would you prefer us over some other companies? I'm assuming that would be a yes.
Well, it's a big yes. With the background that I have, it's not like my first rodeo. I've been doing this for 25 years or more.
Mm.
And the amount of money that I've spent on lead generation, in some cases back when Zillow first started, I don't want to use them, but we'll use them because they're the biggest game in town. And frankly,
Yeah.
they do get a lot of leads. But I recently paid them a lot of money for three leads. I got two. It was a guaranteed three. I got two. And the manager said that zip code didn't perform the way we wanted it to. So
All right, doesn't work
I,
like that,
I
precisely.
don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but it is what it is. When I came to you guys, there were no guarantees, but it was okay for a very small fee. You're going to get me a name and a phone number and an address of someone that potentially is selling. And when
Exactly.
the first one came through, and I met him at his house. Not him, sorry. I met at his house. He gave me the code to get in his basement. I was blown away. House is worth about $450,000, and I'm going to probably meet him on Thursday. That was my first one.
Mm.
Second one, I can't really remember because it's been a week or two. Um, Third or fourth one, I've been to their house. She's a an older woman who's got a really nice house, probably be 650,000. She would
Good.
sell it, but she has nowhere to go. So that's another, part of the game is if I can find her a house, which I showed her. I think I told you this. I showed her a house last Friday. It wasn't going to fit her needs, but if
Mm.
that house was going to
Yes.
fit her needs, I pick up a buyer agent and I get a listing for 650,000.
Mm.
So
Oh,
I
yes, I
would tell
remember.
you guys to continue to do what you do. Having an assistant that is on the team with your team, um, when I call these people again, if you want me to get into the dialogue, I could, but some of this stuff over the years, it's like you probably don't want to call them and say, "Hi, I know you're thinking of selling your house." That's
Yeah.
probably not what I say. There's things
Yeah.
you can say like, "Oh, my team is out looking for houses like yours because we have several buyers in the neighborhood. You know a neighbor or somebody selling. And by the way, would you think about selling?" So there's certain ways to, as you get better at the business, to manipulate your scripts or whatever you want to call it a
Exactly.
script. But
Exactly.
the
It's all
the
about
leads
evolving
that
and adapting.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
No, that's good, man. No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. So basically, what I wanted to say here lastly is just, do you have anything else you would like to basically say to someone else who's starting out with this sort of thing? Anyone that else will be on the fence? What's your plan now, personally? Do you want to carry on with this sort of thing? I'm assuming you might want to carry on with this. So what would you tell anyone else starting out with this, basically?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would say without a doubt, and if they want to call me, they can. I mean, they may not want to, but for the amount of money that you have to risk,
Mm,
it doesn't make any sense not to try it.
mm, mm,
It's not going to break the bank. You're in real estate, and if you don't have leads, you can go spend 5 to 10 or $50,000 on some of the giants.
mm.
They might perform for you, but with your company, I found it very, very reasonable. And not only that, I don't really mind the fee. I guess most people wouldn't mind how much it costs to get leads. It's that when you get the lead, you're getting a real phone number and you're getting a real address and you're getting the almost all the time, at least in my experience, it was the person that you guys sent me. So
Oh, that's brilliant
I
to
would say
hear.
highly recommended, man. Highly, highly recommended. Anybody that is that you're calling, just get on the platform, give it a month, give it a week, give it 10 try, give it, get 10 of them. And if you get
Brilliant.
one listing, it covers you for the year. You know that.
Brilliant, brilliant. No, that's perfect, man. That's literally what we're looking for, man. That's great. That's great. As long as you're willing to put in the effort in the beginning, we're here to take care of you in the end. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
that's great, man. Any other tips? I don't suppose you have any other tips and tricks for anybody else before we round off here?
Well, I would, but they'd have to come work for my brokerage if they want
There we
all the
go.
tips.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear, Dennis. All right, man. Well, it was lovely speaking to you, and I feel like we could cut it off there, man. That's pretty good.